Welcome to my video on conditional probability, understanding the notation, the probability of A given B. Conditional probability is a probability that event A occurs given that event B has already occurred. It focuses on a reduced sample space where B is known to have happened. So here's our event A in this Venn diagram. The green is event B, and this is going to be the intersection for A and B. So we write a formula, the conditional probability of A given B. So the probability of A intersection B is the probability that both A and B occur. And the probability of B is the probability that event B occurs. So the way we write this is the probability of A given B, that's the notation. And the formula for it is we take the intersection of A and B, and then we divide it by the probability of B. So there's our formula for calculating it. So let's do an example. Find the probability of drawing a king given the card drawn is a face card. Okay, so we have 3 face cards in a deck of 52 cards. We have the jack, queen, and then here's the king on the far right. So we're going to let event A in this example be the card is a king. Event B, the card is a face card, meaning it's a jack, queen, or king. So a standard deck has 12 face cards, 4 jacks, 4 queens, 4 kings. So that tells us about our deck of cards now. But we want to find the probability of drawing a king given that the card drawn is already a face card. So what we want to know is the probability of a king given that we have a face card drawn. So the probability of a king given a face card is equal to the probability of a king with the intersection that is a face card divided by the probability of a face card. So let's calculate these probabilities. So the probability of a face card is 12 divided by 52 because we know that there are 12 face cards in a deck of 52 cards. And so the intersection of kings and face card would be 4 because of those 12 cards, 4 of those are going to be kings. So the intersection of a king and a face card would be 4 divided by 52. So that's the probability since there are 4 kings in the face cards. So the probability of a king, given that it's a face card has been drawn, it's just a division. So we take the probability, which is the intersection, this right here, intersection of a king and a face card, which is 4 divided by 52. Divide that by the probability of B, that you draw a face card. Now, we take the 52 cancels out, so we're just left with 4 divided by 12, which is equal to a third, which makes sense. We've got 3 cards in front of us. They're all face cards. One of those has got to be a king. So that makes sense. Now let's look at another example. Suppose we roll a fair 6-sided die. Here's our die. And what is the probability that an outcome is even? So that's going to be our even numbers. So event A is 2, 4, or 6. Event B, given that the outcome is greater than 3. So the numbers that could come up would be 4, 5, and 6. So this is event A, and we get an even number showing. Event B, the number is greater than 3. So what we want to know is we want to know the probability of A given B. So in this case, A is going to be 4 and 6, and then the probability of B, which was greater than 3. So the probability of A greater than 3, that's going to be the 4, 5, and 6, so that's going to be 1/2. Now we take the probability that we've got an even and or greater than 3, which just leaves us 4 and 6. So the probability of an even number showing intersection with the event that it's greater than 3 is just 2 divided by 6 because we got 4 and 6 are the only 2 ways that can happen. So that's 2 divided by 6 is equal to a third. So the probability of getting an even number, given that it's greater than 3, so there's the probability of the intersection, which is 1/3. We just calculated that. So that's the 1/3, divided by the probability of event B occurring, which we know is a half. So there's that. Now in this case, just 1/3 divided by 1/2 is going to be equal to 2/3. So 0.666 on and on. So in summary, conditional probability deals with the probability of event A when event B has already occurred. And here's our formula. The probability of A given B is equal to the probability of the intersection of A and B, those two events, divided by the probability of the event B occurring. And in our simple example here, we have the probability of a king given the card as a face card is 1/3. So that was one of the examples we looked at. Well, I hope you learned a little bit about conditional probability in this video. If you did, give me a like, a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.